Nature oriented homes is what? Normally, there is a term which is going on nowadays is the green building. And nowadays, there are a lot of things which is, adoptable as a green building. And that is a really good move which is going on in Indian market and globe around. Most importantly is that, of course, we can definitely do and adopt all this practice. Most important is that how the architect or a designer, they themselves should conceive design in a way that it's a passive green building, or how when we are talking about nature oriented house, not it is just that nature has been woven in the house, but it is the responsive design which actually reduces the converse use of all these resources, which is really really important, and how we can save energy, cost, and every other aspect of the Mother Earth, which is the most important in our coming life and our day-to-day life. With this, I would like to share three of our very dear projects, which are actually, we can say, which is well blended with the nature. I'll start with a few of them. One is Madhav, one is doctor's residence, and one is Nirant. So, what residence is, where the design lies with the dream high, where the soul resides and the function decides. Not just a dwelling, it's one's loved site. As every project, every residence is a dream of one particular family and many more. This is one very, very dear project to us, which is we are calling as 17/20 urban forest. And the reason being is that it is actually within the very dense fabric of urban population in the city area of Vadodara. And the plot size is about 9,000 square feet, T-shaped plot comprising of three plots. And when we visited the site, there were 20 grown trees at crucial location, and that is what the challenge. That's what we took. So when we visited site first, we actually came across such a beautiful, dense forest within very very small plot, and that is where we have took this challenge. We took quite a lot time to conclude the planning, but at the same time, we finally came up with an idea that how we can save the maximum trees all around. And this is what the initial sketches are. I'm not going much into depth because there are three things and only 15 minutes. But the concept is to save as many native on the plot as possible, because we are the foreigner on the plot, and to create design in a way that actually responsive to the design with all respect, cross ventilation, reduction of heat from the roof, floating terraces, and as all what is possible. So this is what the initial planning level would be, and this is how we have actually tried the entire area where we can save the max. Not going much into detail, but few very very important aspect which I'll definitely discuss with the time, and is how the floating terraces plays a major role with the cross ventilation is been thought of. So this is the symbolization of hard shell and soft core, or the warm, cool core. So this few pictorial journey when we look at the overall design, and you can see how the house is been well pampered with the native trees. I'm always keep saying because they were first on the plot than what we entered on the plot, and that is why they are native of the place, and we are the foreigner, and we wanted to blend with the native species, and what we can do to serve them the best environment what we can create. There was one more tree at the absolutely at the entry level, and unfortunately, we were not able to save that, and we have shifted to their farmhouse. But that is one area where we have lost one just to make it house a little more practical. Other than that, most of the trees is been saved, and you can see how they are cuddling to the structure overall. And what I was talking about the hard shell is we have tried and went with the core concrete as a shell, and this is how the texture has been adopted, and is what is well blended with the nature, sky, green, and water. And this is the backside of the house where the combination of brick and concrete has been also carried forward. This is one of the area which I wanted to talk about because this is a informal family room. Why informal family room is because this mango tree is residing in the north, and practically you can see how best this area is because there is a dining area on one side, there is a passage on another side, there is three dog house on one side, and this is an area where entire family in morning and evening they come together and they actually have a lot of fun. I mean, morning breakfast they used to take here, and evening also when Ba, the mother of the client Ba, come here, she's paralytic and she come here and entire family is used to get together here. Unfortunately, we should have the picture of the gathering, which I'll definitely do this, but this is the informal living room, and sometimes we create a lot of areas, but sometimes we actually live on the nature, and then the area has been crafted out of nature, and that's what is the best part. So you can see the kind of entry which is leading to the court of mango. This is how when we enter, I'm not going to talk much about the interiors, but because I only one thing which I wanted to talk about is that how the light is blending and how it is playing a major role. Now, when we are talking about nature-oriented house, it is always the house which is actually getting the nature into and how blending it is with the structure. So wherever it possible, it actually pouring the light and having a well connection with outdoor and indoor. Uh, Also, art, which is very very important and dear to us, is playing a major and crucial role in overall. So that is what is something you can see how it has been blend. Few rooms and the connection of the rooms in and out. The home theater, which is besides to the floating terrace one, and there's how the terrace outside the I mean home theater. One should see that how the trees are cuddling from the top as well, and that is what is the best part of this house all around. There's a Zen garden on the top of home theater, and one more floating terrace at the backside. So entire house is well built all around and within the nature. And you can see first image when I showed you, it is absolutely a dense urban concrete jungle, but here you can see how the house has been well placed and well decided within the available nature all around itself. The next house is the house for the doctor couple, and they are well traveled doctor couple, and that is the house lady is really, really passionate about her house. Fortunately, the land is within the rural area of Baroda, and it is 75,000 square feet of land. Well, again, well nurtured with the native trees, and we are really blessed with the kind of plot what we got. Fortunately, we got this two fully grown avla tree, and that is one of the focal area of entire design. And then, I mean, we could have taken this tree inside the house, but looking to many, practicality and many other aspect of overall design and the requirement, the two tubes is been set well in front of this two avla, well-grown avla tree, and that is what the starting of entire layouting and design. The other journey is like the trees and the two tubes which are actually in the axis of both of the trees, with two more block holding bedrooms, the public area which is the kind of living room and the entry, one axis which is a passage which is joining to all these blocks with east and west, and the two court is been developed, one feature wall which is giving a backdrop to the water body, means swimming pool, and the entry. So this is how the entire house has been looked like from the top. Very very simple planning, because we are really not knowing how to do the complicated planning, but a simple living also we can say as a simple and nature oriented living. So this is what the overall layout and the planning is. Here, if you can go a little bit in the detail, from here we can enter, uh, which is facing to the northeast. Uh, Open courtyard, Zen garden, and then the living room. One bedroom, two bedroom, three bedroom, which is bedroom for three. Parents and two son, uh, kids. Open court, which is associated with all these three bedrooms. The service blocks, a parent bedroom which is non-disturbing to anyone else, a kitchen grid, and the family room and the swimming pool area. So these are few cross section that how the overall levels has been taken care, which is not only holding the solar roof or the cross ventilation or the cross winds, and the lighting control, which is the most important aspect of this house. Few of the pictorial journey of this beautiful house is as follows. This is how we can see when we enter to the compound, and we can see two tubes which is simply plastered wall in some textured detail, and both of the tubes is been having cotton steel screen, which is actually I can say a surprise element, and that is how we can see from all around. The house is well merged with nature, and I am not having recent picture, but right now it is absolutely densely covered with a lot of other tree which has been planted later on. And this is how the night view as well. You can see how the screen is creating a magical role even in the evening as well. Each room is having 8 feet of veranda. Uh, this is how when we enter to the house with the lily pond on both the side. At the time of picturization, there were no lily, but we'll definitely get the picture very soon. And Mr. Natu. Mr. Natu is real owner of the house, we can say, and he's actually guiding us to enter house. And I mean, this is what is the beauty of this house would be. So the moment we enter in the passage, we can see a beautiful brick screen, which is simple perforated brick, which is available, and how it is actually screening the solar and the light inside the passage, and how the center courtyard is followed by the living room. And the moment we enter, we actually see the cross section of one and two other end, which is outdoor area. This is how the passage and the light is playing a major and crucial role, and the blending of you can see the dining area to the kitchen and the passage, and absolutely open and well connected with each other. Again, Mr. Natu is holding his position on the living family room, which is well connected with outdoor and indoor, and the axis is well connected all throughout. This is when the screen is off, and this is when the screen is on. So the design of the screen with the 8 feet of veranda has been done in a way that it is absolutely giving a sense of privacy, sense of security, sense of screening, the venturi effect of the wind, a nice wind which is compressed and coming in, and at the same time it is well blend and well, you know, I mean, blend with the nature. The courtyard within this three area, every bedroom is having a perforated screen which is giving a sense of privacy, sense of owningness, and the completely connection with the outdoor. This is how resembling with the brick in the passage and the cotton's steel screen. So yeah, and this is the living room. Again, the backside gazebo, living room, and the connection of living room from, you know, with the light and indoor outdoor seamlessness. Uh, One of our favorite project, which we can say whenever we go on site, it is really welcoming us or absorbing us. This is one of the word which actually we are now very much onto it. So, you know, when you've been well absorbed with the overall surrounding, whatever you have developed, that is what the design would be. The last project of the day and the presentation is Nirant. Nirant is kind of ease of yourself, nothingness, or when you can say you are at rest. So the house is, you know, because it is in Gujarat and our heat is well known, it is facing to southwest. So two cavity wall is been designed in a way that it is actually covering the entire house. The house is kind of inward house in a way that it is one way it is cut off from outside, but one way it is giving a sense of ownness or the, you know, precision of yourself, and one area which is popping up which is well connected with the outdoor. So these are few very simple planning. One thick cavity wall facing to northwest, and the bold minimal look has been created with nothingness. And that's what the beauty of this house is. You can see from the Google image that how this house is having a single one line and creating a fun out of it. And this is how the this wall is slashing the house and creating a fold. Also, you can see the terrace garden, which deliberately designed to give the passive, you know, temperature difference from outside to inside by minimum 5 to 7 degree, and a few of the openings which you can see on this side, which is actually giving hot air escape from the top. And this is how the house, when you can see from the front, and when you can see nothing, everything has been well covered within this wall. But the beauty of this house is we wanted this house finally and gradually to be merged with the nature, and that's what I wanted to witness with the pictures as well. So this is the Zen garden area at the back side, which is northeast side, and this is what we can say as our temple site is. And this you can see the folding, unfolding of the walls from the side view. This is what the area which I was talking about, the Zen garden, and this is what I can say as a temple. Now, you know, when we come across many clients, they said, okay, we want temple, we want orientation, we want oriented, I mean, the decorative temple and these and that. And I believe that temple where you connect with the God, when you connect with yourself, and there, this is the area as a designer what we have tried to connect, where actually we connect with ourselves, and that's what is temple for ourselves. And these are few pictorial view which I can show you over the period of time. There's the view at the earlier stage, and this is how the vegetation is actually now catching up to the site, and you know the site is now variable, having lot of susu and potty of the monkeys which are coming over there, and it is now more edging, and the nature is even more taking over to the house. And that is how the earlier image of the front facade is, and that this is how it is now catching up with the vegetations which I was talking about. And these are the kind of beauty which we are actually wanted this house to be ultimately covered up fully with the vegetation, where the existence of the house is merged with the nature, and that is what the most important part is. We as a human being, we have to understand that we are nothing. We are nothing against of nature, or we are no one to take ourselves saying I am this and I am that. Ultimately, it is what the nature. We are also part of nature. We are also mitti, and we are also going to merge with the mitti one day, and that's what we wanted to work on. This is what the house earlier, and this is what is that nature is coming on the house. Gradually, we are waiting for houses to be completely taken over by the vegetation and the nature. This is how the interactive art has been, well placed earlier. Few been broken by the monkeys, and few are still there, अड़े हुए हैं, and this is how they are now. They're also now part of the nature, and then they are talking with the nature, and they are, merging with each other. These are few interior views where we have tried and tested with a lot of concrete finishes and concrete things. Again, the house inside is little cool, very, very simple. A lot of art has been adopted. Little Indian colors has been adopted because we need that Indianness to be carried forward overall. We've tried with few Indian stone IPS kind of development, a beautiful blue, ocean blue, and few trial in the toilets because it's our own site. We were going through few experiments. Uh, Water, a cool, calm water in the northeast side, and this is what is the Zen area is all about. This is how the interactive, area is. So, my friends, I think my time is over. 15 minutes are over, and my journey for the day is over with the presentation of three houses, which I believe is nature-oriented houses.